A run of 4 birdies in a row on the back nine propelled Paul Dunne up the leaderboard at the Italian Open as his good form shows no sign of waning. The 24-year-old comes into this week off the back of capturing his first European Tour win at the British Masters a fortnight ago before following it up with a tied 7th finish at last week's Dunhill Links Championship in Scotland. On a perfect day at Park O'Reilly di Monza, just outside Milan, Dunne carded an opening round of 67 4 under par, to sit 3 shots off the lead in a jam-packed leaderboard where 6 players head the pack. Rounds of 64 for Matt Wallace, Eddie Pepperell, Jamie Donaldson, Alexander Bjork, Kiradeke Fabarnred and defending champion Francesco Molinari were enough to give them a tie for the lead in what is the 5th of 8 events in the new Rolex Series, carrying a prize fund of almost €7 million with just under €1 million on offer for the winner. Dunne is joined by a host of players, including Irish Open champion Jon Rahm and local amateur Stefano Mazzoli, in a tie for 17th place. With sunshine and little or no breeze all day, there was no real advantage in which side of the draw players found themselves on, although for Dunne, playing in the 4th last group of the day alongside Hideo Tanihara and Nino Bertasio, the greens were beginning to get a little bumpy as the day drew to a close. After starting slowly with a bogey at the 3rd, the Greystones man got under par with back-to-back birdies at the 6th and 7th to go out in 35. But the best was yet to come, and, in the end, it all came in a 4-hole stretch. A birdie 2 at the 12th was followed by another birdie at the 13th, a third in a row at the par 5 14th, and then one more at the 15th. Suddenly Dunne was 5 under and chasing down the leaders. A bogey at the 16th scuppered his run, but 2 pars to finish meant another satisfying scorecard and, with it, his 12th under par round in a row, stretching back to the opening day at the KLM Open in mid-September. Dunne is currently 13th on the Race to Dubai rankings with 5 tournaments left following the conclusion of this week's event, and will skip the Valderrama Masters next week in order to take a first trip home since becoming a European Tour winner. Shane Lowry and Graham McDowell were next best of the Irish at 2 under par after opening rounds of 69, while Padraig Harrington sat well back at 2 over par after a round of 73. As the Race to Dubai begins to draw nears its finale next month, the top 3 in the current standings, Tommy Fleetwood, Sergio Garcia and Jon Rahm, were grouped together with the U.S. Masters champion coming out on top. While Fleetwood could only manage a level par round of 71 and Rahm equaled Dunne's score of 67, Garcia looked close to his best in a round which included 6 birdies and a bogey to sign for a 66 and 5 under par. The impressive play comes during what's been a busy week for Garcia after first announcing that he is ending his 15-year relationship with TaylorMade to join a new equipment manufacturer, before he and his new wife Angela followed it up with the news that they are expecting their first child. 4 birdies on the front nine saw the 37-year-old out in 32 shots before dropping one at the 13th but getting it back with further birdies at the 14th and 17th. Home favorite Francesco Molinari, who took the title here last year, thrilled the huge crowds for the 3rd year in a row. All patrons are allowed in free of charge with 9 birdies and 2 bogeys in his round of 64. Molinari told the European Tour website, "Obviously it was another good day. I started pretty much where I left off last year, so it was great. It's great to see the crowds. I think there's a nice buzz around the place and I'm happy and proud to be part of it." 64 Francesco Molinari Ida, Matt Wallace, Kiradeke Fabarnred, Alexander Bjork SWE, Jamie Donaldson, Eddie Pepper 65 Byung Hun and KR, George Coetzee M 66 Alex Noren SWE, Matthew Pavone Fra, Chris Paisley, Mark Warren, Sergio Garcia Spa, Andrea Pavone Ida, Alejandro Canizares Spa, Gregory Havert Fra 67 Ricardo Goveapor, Richie Ramsey, David Howell, Daniel Brooks, Jorge Campio Spa, Brandon Stone Zam, Darren Fitchard Zam, Florian Frichten, David Drysdale, Stefano Mazzoli Ida, Jon Rahm Spa, Paul Dunne, Sam Brazilaus, Marcus Fraser House 68 Maximilian Kiefer GER, Ross Fisher, Joost Luteneer, Martin Keimer GER, Renato Pertori Ida, Felipe Aguilar Ca, Alexander Levy Fra, Austin Connolly Can, Julian Kesney Fra, Eduardo Molinari Ida, Mike Lorenzo Vera Fra, Nicholas Colsaertsby, Lee Slattery, Jung Hun Wong Kor, Chris Hansen, Gregory Bordy Fra, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Nino Bertasio Ida 69 Joachim Lagergren SWE, Pablo Larrazabal Spa, Robert Rock, Niklas Fast SWE, Shane Lowry, Wade Ormsbyhouse, Brent Wiesberger at Lee Westwood, Lorenzo Scalise Ida, Graham McDowell, Paul Waring, Daniel I'm USA, Enrico Di Nitto Ida, Andy Sullivan, Thorbjorn Olesen Den, Tyrell Hatton, Luke Donald, Dylan Fratelli Zam 70 Andrew Johnston, Thomas Aiken Zam, Anders Hansen Den, Nathan Hallman House, Jaco Van Zyl Zam, Carlos Pigam Spa, Jason Jason Scrivenerhouse, Robert Carlson SWE, Dean Burmester Zam, Nacho Elvira Spa, Benjamin Hebert Fra, Adrian Otegui Spa, Lucas Biergard Den, Hayden Porteous Zam, Pinufal Pitayarita, David Horsey, Brian Fox NZL, Callum Shinkwen, Matthew Southgate, Johan Carlson SWE, Marcel Seam GER, Andres Romero Arg, Miguel Angel Jimenez Spa, Jordan Smith, Justin Walters Zam, Richard Stearns M71 Matteo Manacero Ida, Federico Macario Ida, Miko Korhonen Finn, Oliver Fisher, Luca Cianchetti Ida, Julian Surrey USA, Tommy Fleetwood, Eduardo de la Riva Spa, Thomas Dietrich Bell, Bradley Dredge, Zoom and Lee Corp, Magnus A. Carlson SWE, Andrew DODT House, James Morrison, Brett Rumford House, Roman Waddle Fra 72 Richard Bland, Miko Island and Finn, Lassig Jensen Den, Ashun Wu Kan, Alvaro Quiroz Spa, Hideto Tanihara JP, Tyne Chai Jadide, Raphael Jacqueline Fra, Victor Dubison Fra, Stephen Gallagher 73 Peter Hansen SWE, Alessandro Tadiniita, Thomas Bjorn Den, Danny Willett, Gary Stahl Fra, Padraig Harrington 74 Jose Maria Elazabal Spa, Fabrizio Zanatipar, Paul Peterson USA 75 David Lingworth SWE, Graham Storm, Scott Jameson 76 Sebastian Gross Fra 77 Nicola Rivano Ida.